The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What is up? What's going on? I just thought I'd give you guys a quick pop-up stream today. Not scheduled, nothing going on. I didn't schedule it. I didn't pre-schedule it. I was just sitting here and was like, you know what? Just finishing work. It's time for me to I didn't get with my DGs today, didn't get with my people today. So I was like, you know what? Let me just hop on here real quick before the weekend starts and just kind of like review some stuff, go over some stuff, chill out, relax with my people. And just kind of talk crypto. Like I said, I don't even know who's showing up today, who's going to be around. But I was like, you know what? I'm looking at these charts. I'm looking at some news. Why not just do it with my people, right? So, that's what we're here to do today. And for a little while at least, I got to tell you, the crypto market's looking really good today. Really, 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 really good today. We're sitting at like a $1,197,billion market cap. This thing got up to around 1,200 billion market cap today. So it flew a little bit. Did really well. Bitcoin sitting right around 30,800, got up to 31,000, which was like an all-time high for the year. So, when you look at it, market's doing really good. Ethereum still holding on to that $1,900 range. This thing got up a little bit higher today. I want to say 19, maybe 1910, 1950, somewhere up in there. Been just kind of fluctuating a little bit all day, but man, it's holding that 1900 for a little while now. So man, that's a good sign heading into the weekend. So we'll take it. It's up like 0.5 on the 24 hour, but look at that 10 and a half for the 7 day, and Bitcoin's killing it at 17% on the 7 day. So it's killing it right now. BNB not doing too bad either. Only up only sitting right around 2.6% on the 7 day. But you know what? For as much crap as CZ and Binance is going through, the fact that this thing just didn't straight up tank, that's a good sign. XRP doing this thing back above 50 cents. And it's up 6.6% on the day. So it's doing its thing. We'll take that. Solana, you guys know I don't know Solana, but Solana's up 12% on the 7 day. So it's rebounding. It's doing its thing. Market is looking really good. Matic, Matic took a beating when the SEC came out and said that it was a security. It's up 14.5% on the 7 days. So Matic's making a rebound for the weekend as well. we can come down through these things and go through these things. So these, they're doing good. SHIB though, man, SHIB up 17% on the 7 day, outperforming Bitcoin right now, 17.6, outperforming Bitcoin on the 7 day. So man, go ahead, SHIB, man. My SHIB bags, I own a lot of SHIB. Ken, what's going on, man? Yeah, looking great for the weekend, Ken. Just I had to do a little pop up. I was going through this stuff by myself. I was like, you know what? I didn't get with the DGs today. Didn't bring anything to the people this morning, man. Why don't I just pop on here real quick? So we're just hanging out. But I was just going through this chart and just looking at these 7 days, man, and I was like, man, crypto really had an amazing week when you look at it on a 7 day chart and where it's at, and headed into the weekend, man, it's looking really good. I mean, we cracked this 1,200,200,000,000,000 market cap. I mean, it's starting to come down a little bit, but man, we're hanging right there. Straight good, man, for the weekend. And Bitcoin sitting at, when it got up to 31,000, when Bitcoin got up to 31,000, that was the all-time high for the year right there. Bitcoin's doing its thing, man. But I'll tell you, as I was plucking down through these charts, I was surprised. We knew SHIB went on a run, but SHIB actually outperformed Bitcoin on the 7 day. So I was surprised to see that. So I was like, okay, what's up, Doc? What's up, Doc, man? I was just like, man, I'm just gonna do a straight pop up, man, and whoever rolls through. I was like, you know what? I'm going through these charts. I'm reading some articles. I didn't get with my DGs this morning, so you know what? I'm just gonna do a little pop up on it. See that report. See that report that crypto could be in for 15 trillion in investments. Yeah, I didn't see the report, but I keep hearing that cryptocurrency's in for like a trillions of dollars a run, so I keep hearing these reports. Hey fan, how are you? I'm doing a little pop-up today, fan. Just no schedule, no nothing, just jumped on. But yeah, I was looking at these charts, man, and I was absolutely amazed that that SHIB was outperforming Bitcoin on a 7 day. Shocked, but you know what? SHIB went on a nice run, and all respects to the SHIB army for that, man. When you look at SHIB, it's sitting at 17.5% up on the 7 day. And it's just slightly outperforming Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's at 17, but still, outperforming is outperforming. So yeah, I'm shocked. I'm so happy where we are in the cryptocurrency market right now. I'm so happy the direction that the cryptocurrency market's taking, bringing big institutional money in. As you see it start to funnel in little by little, you look at this 24-hour bubble chart right here, man. Like, who cannot be? Who you got to be satisfied when you see this. And you look at BSV, right? This is one of the tokens that are going to be listed on that new EDX exchange. And look at that, thing's up 23, we'll call it 24%. Just break it even, right? Call it 24%, right? And you look at Bitcoin Cash is another one that's going to be on that new exchange that's getting ready to drop. And that one's up 35%. So when you look at these things and you look at that new exchange that's coming out with Fidelity and Schwab and Vanguard, you got to say, like, who's buying up all this crypto? Well, maybe they are, And you look at VeChain sitting over here at 16.6%. they're about to get listed on Coinbase. So this is just a good market, man. I'm just so happy. I finally cracked my wallet open this week. And what's up, Doc? Yeah, what's up, Doc? But yeah, I finally cracked my wallet open today, and I was like, damn, the market, wallet's looking good, man. Wallet is looking phenomenal. I mean, on the hourly, you start to see some red pull fill in, but you know what? That's expected when you go on a run, on a day where Bitcoin goes on a run up to like past 31,000. You got to expect people to be taking profits off of this run right here. So, yeah, I mean, just the fact that it's holding above 30,000, you gotta love that, right? But people are taking profits as well as they should. Everybody should be taking their profits. I mean, there's going to be people taking profits off Ethereum as well, and this is kind of why you see this chart looking the same way today. You see this big run up today, and then you kind of see a dip down. People are taking profits. There's nothing that come out for it to go down. People are just taking profits, like this thing had a big run over the past couple of days, and if you're not taking profits, you're crazy, man. Like I cashed out some Ethereum like right up in here earlier today. I was sitting on a meeting. It was like right up in this area right here. I cashed some out. We ain't stupid out over here with the DGs. We know how to take that profit. Elmo, what's up, man? What's up, man? I was just telling Fan and Ken and them that I just hopped in, a little pop up, hop in because I missed my DGs this morning. I missed my boys, missed everybody. So I figured, man, why not? So I mean, market, man, this market. I guess going into the weekend, you got to feel good about where you're going to be at for the weekend because we talk about this in the morning on Fridays. Friday's not about where the market opens. Friday's all about where the market closes, right? And that sets you up for the weekend. So nice surprise, Daniel. I thought you rugged. I did. I rugged this morning and I threw that liquidity back in there and I was like, yo, I threw that liquidity back in there. Project's back up and moving, Elmo. I just needed to throw some more liquidity in there and we back. We back, man. Elmo in the house. Yeah, Elmo's always in the house, man. Elmo, big supporter of me, man. And I could appreciate everybody like Ken and Elmo and everybody else, man. Who's here no matter what, whether I'm in the morning, whether I'm doing pop up, no matter what, man. And appreciate that. But it's all about how the market closes on a Friday, and it looks like we're going to close pretty strong on the market today. So I expect a good weekend in crypto. So I was looking at something else today, and we can talk about this too. Some of these meme coins, right? And some of these big ones that everybody was talking about. And I just kind of wanted to check in on them and see where they were at. I sold a lot of mine. And I wanted to check back and see where some of these were at, because with this market pumping the way that it is, these things should be pumping, right? And you look at Mong's not doing too bad when you look at it on the hourly. It's up around 18%. But man, when you pull this thing back, these are the hourly. When you pull this thing back, it's way down. But man, just to see it pump a little bit. I hope some people get their money out of that. During meme coin season, I was thinking about this. Not it's kind of like SHIB and Doge and all that. Like in the last meme coin season, a lot of them are going to come out, but not a lot of them are going to make it. And so I started to run through some of these, and I'll kind of show you what I mean here in a minute. So when we look, you see Mong. I mean, it's still got some life in it, not much, but when you look at Pepe on the hourly, right, this thing is absolutely on a run, right? This thing's ripping right now with the market, right? And this is what you want to see. You want to see like SHIB was ripping with the market, right? Bitcoin was up 17%, SHIB was up 17.5%, right? Pepe's making killing, right? Pepe is killing it over the past couple of days. I mean, it's ripping. So now you know that this thing is fully alive compared to, let's say an RFD, right? When you look at RFD and the market's ripping, and this is what your freaking chart looks like, you might want to call this dead, right? I mean, you should be getting a couple of green candles straight up just off of Ethereum ripping, right? This thing's dead in the water, man. Like I guess I didn't realize how bad RFD was until I got because I got out, right? I got out, I made some money, I got out, and I never looked back. But I was kind of looking at it and I was like, man, this thing, people are legitimately still talking about this thing. Like I'm trying to figure out what the hell they're talking about because this thing is dead. Like this market is ripping. And I just don't see what everybody's talking about. Fan get get a normal time. Get a normal time, Daniel. Listen, I do have a normal time, man. I have a time at 7 a.m. and then every once in a while, I like to come on here and just do a pop-up, especially when I didn't get with my boys and everybody else this morning. And just do a little pop-up and just see how everybody's doing. Doc, about time. About time. I don't stay anymore. No, it's all good. Glad you're getting some sleep. Me too, fan. You was like a robot, man. Fan's like a robot, man. Fan is everywhere all the time. And I don't think she ever sleeps, man. But I don't know. I think she's an AI. All these kids, I understand that, man. All these kids, sports and activities and stuff they got going on, man. I remember when my kids were young, I was all over the place. Like and my kids play travel sports, so and then I coach travel sports. So sometimes I'd have to wake up and try to figure out what freaking state I'm in. Joyful, how are you? How are you? Yeah, so I'd have to wake up and see what state I'm in. So I get it, I understand. But hi Daniel, and everybody, Joyful. No, how do you, man? How do you, Joyful? I'm glad. Listen, Joyful, I appreciate everything that you do for MMAI as well. One of the hardest working people in the MMAI community, right there. Always got something going on Twitter. But when you look at a chart like this, you got to take a second look at that, and we can pull Volt up and say the same thing, right? Like, I mean, look at this, man. Since they launched their new token, like the market is pumping. Like, where you at? You know what I mean? Like, where you at? Yeah, the couple of you that are in here, hit the like button. But like, where you at? Like, this is the hourly chart, and this market is pumping right now at Ethereum at 1900, and damn, it's showing right candles. Like, compare that to something along the lines of like this, right? Like that should tell you everything you need to know, and you gotta compare that to SHIB as well. So I don't know. Y'all tell me, man. That's just something that I was looking at today, and I was like, damn, man. All these things that were out here that people were hyping up like they were crazy, man, and only a few of them are gonna make it. And I guess the ones that we just looked at, man, they might not make it. They might be dead, So, I mean, shoot. I mean, hell, you even pull up the MMAI chart, and you look at the hourly chart, and you look at the pump, and you can see the step ladders of the pump, right? And then you can kind of see where Ethereum went down, and then you can see the step ladders of the pump again, right? I mean, and this is just on the DEX side, and most of our business is taken care of on the centralized exchange side, but this is just on the DEX side. But you can see the runs with Ethereum in the chart, and you come over to another chart, like RFD, like, and I just pick on these two. What is that? I don't understand that. I don't even understand why people are talking about that. Hello, Joy, fan, fan Rosie. Rosie muted. Rosie muted you again. Elbow, you got muted. What'd you do? We only see you, Daniel. Oh shit. StreamYard just instantly quit sharing my chart. Like StreamYard been acting all kinds of funny. I don't know why. StreamYard's been acting all kinds of funny. So I just reshared it. But like this one, right? Like I guess I'll go back through and show you guys kind of what I was looking at. Like when you look at Mung, right? And you can see the run in Ethereum, right? And then a little dip in Ethereum, and Ethereum starting to run again. So Monk's starting to run, right? So there's life in this token, right? Obviously a little bit. I mean, I'm not in it. Like this is the first time I'm actually looking at these meme coins since I got out of them. But Monk, I mean, obviously there's a little bit of life left there, right? And then when you come down here and you look at where's Pepe? When you come down here and you even look at like RFD, there's Pepe. So when you look at Pepe, I mean, look at the rip that this has been on with the market turning around. I mean, compare them two charts, right? Like Mung and Pepe is not doing too bad, right? And when you compare that to like the RFD chart, look at this thing. Look at this chart. Like the market is ripping. Like you should be taken off just for the simple fact that you're paired with Ethereum. Like what's going on over here, right? Like this doesn't make any sense. And that's when you know it's dead, right? That's when you know your project is dead. It's gone. Timsky, what's up? I mean, cool cats. What's going on, man? What's going on, cool cats? Nobody said anything to me about my screen cutting off, except for Doc. Everybody else was just gonna let me go on and on and on. But like you look at them two, when you look at them charts like that, and you look at it, you got to say like, I mean, you can even like, we'll even pull up the Volt chart, right? Like you look at this thing, right? You look at this V3 chart, right? Like the market is ripping, and this is what your chart looks like compared to even like Pepe, right? Like I mean, look at the difference in them charts. Look at that. And you can, you can even, like I said before, like you can even pull up the MMAI chart and you can see the step in of the market, right? You can see the step in of the market and, a little pullback from when the market came down a little bit earlier, and then slowly stepping up as the market steadily increases, right? That looks okay, right? But when you pull up RFD, that's pretty rough, man. That's pretty rough. Cool cats. Hope you're doing good. Flood the TG. Flood the TG, man. I don't know who blocked you, Elmo, or silenced you, but so they better unsilence you. Now we see. Yeah, StreamYard just cut it straight out. So I don't know. My StreamYard has been acting all kinds of funny lately. Like I don't even know what's going on. Always Doc. Always doc someone. Always doc someone. Someone needs to needs to keep that place. Okay, but yeah, Doc be telling me, man. Chris B, what's going on? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Um, going down through some of these. You guys agree? You guys have a whole conversation. Chris, Elmo, we guys saying hi to each other. Chris. Yeah, I just popped on here, Chris. Like no plan, like no nothing, man. So Curtis, what's up, brother? What's up, man? How are you? XXI, what's going on, man? What's going on? Glad you and Curtis made it to the pop up, man. My little pop up. How is everything, XXI? You good today, man? You ready for the weekend? Curtis, you ready for the weekend? You know, MMAI space was good today, guys. You guys can tell me what you guys thought about it. I thought it was pretty good. You know, Austin getting ready to leave. They're getting ready to send Austin off. Space was pretty good. Space was informative. A lot of stuff coming out. Man. But anyways, I will lay off these meme tokens for a minute because that's just something that I was looking at earlier, and I was like, damn, some of these are just straight dead. Just good. Just got off working. Okay. Working day, me too. And I was sitting here, I was working, and I was sitting here, and I was looking at the charts, looking at some news, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't even get with my DGs today, and it was time. It was just time to start the weekend off right, man. Space was good. Okay, yeah, I thought so too, Chris. I thought it was good. I thought a lot of information. Sending Austin off the right way, a lot of information. So that's all good when you can get into space and get some new information. And like I like that we're starting to talk about the D apps now. Like I love that to see how we're starting to talk about the D apps and how all of it's gonna come together. You're gonna be what did you say, Curtis? You're gonna be a good weekend. At the gonna be a good weekend at the gym. Okay, at the gym right now. All right, yeah, get that workout in, Curtis. My workout usually starts at 5 a.m. and when I have some peace and quiet in my head, and then I usually go at it again right around 8 p.m. Crypto Lounge, what is up, brother? What is up, Lounge? I gotta call you tonight. Are you on the road tonight? If you're on the road, I'll call you. I see you. I see you, Daniel. Fucking fudding my. What am I fudding? Fudding my. Yeah, listen, man. I'm not fudding anything, man. I'm just kind of like, listen. I don't have to say anything, Lounge. Like, look at that. Look at that. And the market's pumping. Look at that, man. Like, what is that? And you compare it to I was making a comparison, right, of Mung, right? And you look at Mung, and keep in mind, like I'm not investing in either one of these, but that's got at least life. I mean, it may be on life support, but it's got life, right? And then you look at something like Pepe, right? Like this is what you want. This right here, Pepe and Shib is what you would expect a meme coin to look like when the market's ripping like this. This is what you would expect, right? And Shib looks the same way. Shib's up like 17%. But when you not only, but look at Volt. Lounge, look at Volt. Like, what is that? Ethereum sitting at $1,900. What is that? You're paired up with Ethereum. Like, you should be getting a pump straight off of just that. Ethereum's up like 17% in the last 7 days, and that's what you got. That's what you're bringing to the table. Space was good. Space was good. Definitely was rocking with Awesome. Yeah, Awesome has a way to explain how it's all going to come together with the blockchain. That I think, because he's inside it so much, he knows it in and out, and he can explain it in a way that just kind of brings it all together for everybody. So it's nice to hear. Oh, refund done. Refund. Listen, I'll tell you, and I said this on the stream. If your token right now that you're invested in is a low market cap token, and during this pump that we're having right now, that joint looks like that, you better reevaluate your in my opinion, you should reevaluate your investment. And sometimes you got to take a loss. Hey, Dr. Rob, Chris, yeah, Crypto Lounge in the building. But yeah, it's toast. Yeah, it's done. It's done. Crypto Lounge. So yeah, like I said, I got to talk to you at some point. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll call you later on tonight then if you're rolling. If you're rolling down the street, I'll call you. That chart is very telling. It is. And I keep trying to tell people, like, you got to reevaluate your investments on whether you choose to do it every 3 months, every 4 months, every 6 months, whatever that is that you choose to use. You got to reevaluate, and especially in a market like this, right? Like when you pumped in probably over close to, I don't know, I would say probably close to $100 billion into the market, and probably closer to 100.5 into the market, and you ain't moving. Yeah, hey, I'm not. Listen, they went to a V3, man, and Crypto Lounge, they went to a V3, and this is what that chart looks like. And this is the hourly chart. So, like, we're not looking like this wasn't yesterday. This is today. This is today. So, I don't know what else to say. Lounge, how's Bone doing? Bone's running a little bit, oh man, Bone's running a little bit too. Too early. Yeah, probably too early. Yo, yeah, probably a little too early for that one, man. The submarine, yeah, Volt needs some lightning, yeah, it needs some lightning and thunder, all right. It needs something. Odd memes. I was just looking, like, I haven't invested in these memes in a while, and I haven't looked at them in a while. So I was like, you know what? Let's just look at them and let's just see kind of where they're at, because only a couple memes are gonna make it out of this space. Every bull run, only a couple are gonna make it. And if you're lucky enough to get in a couple that make it, you're usually pretty good. If you're investing in shit like this, refund, like you're done. Like you needed to make your money and get out of here quick. Like I made money off a refund, so I ain't gonna really talk too bad about it. And I made money off a vote, so but you got to know when it's dead. You got to know when to move on. I still have money in Pepe, not a lot, not a lot, but just enough that if this thing takes off, I'll be all right. I mean, really, really takes off. I mean, I haven't looked at it in a minute, but even looked at my bag in a minute. But if this thing takes off, I can make some money. Uh, what's Neroni doing, Lounge? Let's see where Neroni's at. Sitting around that 10-cent mark, man. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. What did this get up to? I want to say this got up to what, about 13 cents? About 13 cents. I want to say somewhere in there. Neroni's not doing too bad at all. I actually like Neroni's chart. I think it's healthy. Like it seems to dip right now between that 9 and 13 cent range, and it seems to stay there. It seems to dip. And then it seems to come right back up. But I think they're burning, right? Are they burning to bring this chart up? Is that what the plan is? I think that's what I heard, that they're burning, and then obviously when you burn, the chart will come up. Yo, did you read that article about Satoshi? About Satoshi? I heard he's leaving. Yeah, I heard Satoshi's leaving too. I heard that. I heard he's on his way out. He probably, yeah. I just heard he's on his way out. I'm not gonna say, he should or shouldn't be on his way out, but I heard he's on his way out. That's what all rumors say. He's on his way. Neroni AI. Neroni AI is about to change the trading game. Yeah, I keep waiting for that bot to come out. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. But they do need to do some marketing though. They really do. Like I tried to point that out to them before, and they weren't trying to hear me. They do need to. They need marketing. I mean, because I just have a feeling one of my biggest hang-ups with Neroni, and I'm gonna get the bot, and I'm gonna actually be invested in this. But one of my biggest hang-ups with Neroni is they don't market like they hang too much on word of mouth, and you can have the best product out, but if you're not marketing it and nobody knows that you're there, then you're gonna be in trouble. I mean, I think about it like Crypto Lounge. I knew Neroni was there because of you, right? If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known anything about Neroni, right? And Doc knew about it because of us, right? Like, or he wouldn't have known, so like if we're in this thing every day, then and we don't really know all about it. I mean, I knew it was there, but I didn't know everything that was coming out with it. And if we don't know it's there and we don't know what's coming up, you know, I just how's the average investor gonna know that it's there? Right. I hope I don't I hope I don't implode. Yeah, I hope I don't implode either. That they didn't last long. I'm scared. I'm scared for Bone. I'm not. I'm not scared for Bone. I think Shib's gonna be just fine, and Shibarium will be just fine. I think Bone will be good. Actually, Shib had some big news. Like they're actually coming out with an NFT collection that allows you to track your your goods and items like t-shirts. They use an example like a t-shirt using near field communication. So, and it's all going to be done on Shibarium. So, they're starting to expand into that NFT world where they're starting to try to give everything real world use case. And I think they're going to be okay. I don't. I kind of hold back on saying this, but me, I'll say what I need to say. Um, I don't think that the current dev of SHIB is doing them any favors. Um, I think it's probably time to move on from Satoshi. I think I don't know. I don't think he's doing them any favors. I think that project could be so much further along, maybe with some new leadership, maybe with a new thought. So Crypto Lounge. I found a sniper. I see XXI. You keep advertising that sniper bot. And only thing I can say about using a sniper bot like that is make sure you know how to program it, because if you don't, you'll lose big. You have to compete with these memes. You do. You got to compete with the memes. Curtis Bone is good. Yeah, Curtis Bone is good. I'm not worried about Bone at all. Really. I think there will be somebody that steps up and takes over. No matter what. SHIB's too big for somebody not to take over and do a really good job. I just hope that they're able to push everything forward. One of SHIB's biggest downfalls is the fact that they overpromise and underdeliver, right? That's been the common theme with SHIB since day one. And you just got to get somebody to take that and change the narrative on that. And if they can get somebody new at the helm running that, and they're able to do that, sky's the limit for SHIB. Big things are coming. Big things are coming from Neroni. Yeah, Elmo, I believe you. And people, we talk about these bots a lot, but they have a lot of other AI stuff going on. And like I said, what just fears me about Neroni is that nobody's going to hear about it. MJ, happy afternoon, man. Happy afternoon, Clef. How are you? Brother? I always forget Clef is MJ. What's good, family? Nothing, man. You, man. You good, man. Yeah, make sure you hit that like button, guys. I will hold Bone. But started accumulating Paul Swap. Yeah, Paul Swap is a good project. It's one of these projects that people, I think, are sleeping on. And what people forget about Paul Swap is the developers of SHIB, right? Like, they worked on the development team for SHIB for a while. So they have a lot of stuff that they can bring with them already. I think if they beat Shibarium out with the layer 2, that's not going to sit well. That's not going to sit well. So it's just not. It's not going to sit well in the SHIB community. It's just, you have the developers that worked over there now started their own token, and now they're beating you out on utilities. SHIB community is going to have some questions for the devs if that happens. I don't know. We'll go through some of these news. So I know we talk about these spot ETFs, right? But the SEC approves the first leveraged Bitcoin future ETF. This is huge because all the rest of the ETFs you can buy, you're just buying and selling them, right? But this is actually one that's based off of leverage. longing and shorting the market. Would this be an ETF that I would get into? Probably not. I think longing and shorting the market, obviously the people running this ETF, they would know what they're doing and have some professionals there. But um, I wouldn't get into an ETF where they're using leverage, right? If I was to use leverage, I would use leverage myself. Um, it's a risky play. Every time you use leverage, it's very risky. And you have to be willing to lose large amounts of money to win large amounts of money with leverage. And but I think it's great that the SEC actually approved the first leveraged Bitcoin futures ETFA, ETF, which I think is amazing. So this lets you know kind of that the SEC is moving forward with these approvals for these ETFs, and it's going to push this right here. This news like this is what's pushing this market up. Um, you know, they'll beat SHIB. Elmo, I know they will. I have a feeling they will too, and that's kind of what I I my fear is for the SHIB community, because a lot of the people in the SHIB community know these devs, and they know where they come from, and that it's just not gonna. It's just there's gonna be some FUD. Yeah, like I just say that there's gonna be some FUD in the SHIB community. Um, I do believe Paul Swap will beat. Yeah, I do too, but I'm just waiting to hear what the FUD's going to be in the SHIB community. Uh, it's not going to be good. Daniel, you and Lounge would do great. Would do great. Would do great marketing MMAI. Yeah, I think we would too. I think me and Lounge would do absolute great job of marketing MMAI. I think we do. I think we already do, and I think we would do a MMAI some justice. I mean, we've been in it since day one. Um, Lounge has got his expertise in certain areas, and think I bring a little something different to the table, and Lounge just brings something different because he's got his expertise. And I have my expertise, and I think we've done a great job so far, and I'd like it. I'd like to see. I think we would too, but we'll see what direction everybody wants to go, and I'm cool with it no matter what. Paul Swap doesn't have the SHIB. I think that's SHIB. SHIB community. No, they don't have the SHIB community, but the SHIB community knows that the devs of Paul Swap came from SHIB, and at some point they're gonna ask. The SHIB community is gonna start asking what the hell's going on with Shibarium and Leash and the metaverse and everything else. So at some point they're gonna have to answer the question. You can't do the two-step around it all the time, and that's one thing. And I hold SHIB, so I'm talking about my own bag here, but you can't do the two-step around this thing all the time. Like, you can't always over-promise and under-deliver. What I like about Paul Swap is it's just one token. Yeah, shit. That comes up a lot with SHIB and the multiple tokens, but I understand why they're doing what they're doing. Like, you have to understand, like, SHIB is a renounced contract, so there's nothing that they can do with SHIB outside of what they're doing with SHIB, outside of burning it. There's nothing else that they could do, because the contract's renounced. So in order to pull a lot of the stuff off that they need to pull off, they had to create different tokens because they couldn't mess with the initial contract. So that's half of that's a problem that SHIB's got to overcome. Um, so our lake, good 13, good afternoon, brother. Good afternoon. Uh, so that's a problem that SHIB's got to overcome, and that's why a lot of people got away from them renounced contracts, because there's nothing that they could do with them outside of when the contract was initially written, right? So if your contract was initially, I mean, you could take St. Thomas as another example, right? Their contract was written for a crap project, right? It was never supposed to be what it was supposed to, what it blew up into. It was literally supposed to be another pump and dump. So they renounced their contract. And then when they found out that they actually had a community and then they actually had to build something, they couldn't do what they needed to do with the contract that they had. So they had to go to a V2. And then that V2 was a terrible V2. But at least they made an attempt to go to a V2 to try to pull off what they needed to pull off with their new contract. But that contract that they had for V1, they couldn't do anything with that token. It was never built to be a success. It was built to be a pump and dump. And at that time, the fad in the crypto industry at that point was everybody wanted a renounced contract. Got to have a renounced contract. Not knowing that with these renounced contracts, you lock yourself in. And when you lock yourself in, you only have one or two choices. You either are going to go to a V2 if your renounced contract would allow it, or you have to create additional tokens to pull off what you need to pull off. So, that's the problem. The SHIB community will support any project that supports SHIB, sometimes XXI, until it's personal. And when your devs leave and they beat you, that's personal. Well, I should say devs. When some of your developers leave and they beat you, it becomes personal. And I just think that there's going to be some questions asked if Paul Swap beats them to the punch. You would be a fool not to ask the question. As an investor, I would ask the question. A little something else I was reading today was when Silicon Valley Bank went down and the FDIC decided, came in and bailed them out. Circle was one of the top two people to get a whole bunch of FDIC money. So they were heavily invested in Silicon Valley Bank, and they're actually in line to get 3.3, I think it was somewhere around 3.3 billion somewhere. So their Circle is going to cash in off of that as that Silicon Valley collapse, which I think is interesting. Here's the fact that the FDIC is actually going to pay out a cryptocurrency company. I think that's interesting. Reading through that. And of course, my man CZ makes the news again today. And Binance has ordered to halt trading in Belgium for allowing the people in Belgium to trade outside of Belgium, basically doing the same thing that Binance that the United States accused Binance US of doing, is having US customers and allowing them to trade on Binance.com. Belgium must have had some roadblocks up in their exchange where the people from Belgium could only trade, on a certain portion of Binance in Belgium, and they're accusing CZ of allowing these guys to trade on Binance.com as well. So they halt all trading over there in Belgium for CZ and Binance. Binance just can't catch a break when it comes to these countries. France is owning Now Belgium is on them. I mean, you name the country, and they're just kind of coming after them. They're kind of coming after Binance. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that CZ is actually sleeping well at night. I did read an article, probably do a video about it this weekend. Binance went on the attack, and they actually sued the SEC for unethical behavior. So we'll see where that goes, and I'm actually reading through the lawsuit. I read a little bit of it today. I'll bring a video, but yeah, actually Binance went on the attack, and I shouldn't say they sued them. They filed a motion for unethical practices. So it's gonna get interesting. This thing gonna get interesting. So we'll see. I don't think that the SEC has as much evidence as they would lead you to believe, according to a lot of sources, actually. So, and that's why every time Binance goes to court, they seem to come out with a victory. So we'll see how this thing plays out. But I'm actually happy that CZ went on the offense instead of just playing defense. I'd like to see proof, not accusations. Yeah, and Chris, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that they have the proof that they say that they have, because the last two times that Binance was in court, one was for the actual shutdown of Binance US, and the judge denied that. And the other one was for the actual the assets on there, and the judge denied that and basically told Binance and the SEC that they weren't that far away, and that they needed to work out a deal. So they ended up working out a deal and a settlement to keep things moving over there on Binance US. So I mean, when you have evidence as strong as they say they have, then when you present that to the judge isn't going to tell you to go work out a deal. I mean, they're going to say, no, we're going to shut you down because you did all these things that you're being accused of doing. So I don't know. Something just doesn't smell right over there. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is that they don't have, but they don't have something. The SEC doesn't have something that's really important, or the judge would be locking this case down, and that's not what's happening. And what you haven't heard lately was anything out of the SEC versus Coinbase case, because again, I don't think that they have any proof or any evidence to say that Coinbase did what they are accusing them of doing, because they can't say that they're selling securities when they haven't clearly defined what a security is. So I think the SEC is in a little bit. I think CZ may be in a little bit of hot water, but I think the SEC might be in some hot water too. I think that they might have to explain themselves a little bit more than what they initially thought. And I don't think that they have the answers. Look at Flare jumping up here at 16.55 at 16.5%. Look at Flare. This is a name you haven't heard of in a while. Flare. We haven't talked about Flare in a while. Obviously, this is part of the whole, XRP family tree over there on the ledger. But man, Flare, look at that, 16.5% in the hour, just in the hour. So man, not bad. Something's going on over there with Flare. Gonna have to look into that. Gonna have to research that a little bit. But they took off. They just took off. Oh, so we'll take that. Pepe's still doing in the green. HBAR still in the green. Man, it's gonna be a great weekend. I might even open up a space this weekend. Maybe I'll open up one with Lounge, because I just think it's gonna be a good crypto weekend. So maybe I will. But yeah, it's looking good. I just wanted to pop on here and say what's up to the DGs and the family as a quick pop-up stream, unscheduled. unsolicited. Make sure you I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy your Friday, man. But make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. Have a great weekend. Trade safe. And thank you for just coming on here and popping up with me. And appreciate it, Chris. And thank you guys for coming on here and just popping up on the stream with me to keep me entertained for a little while I did my own homework. And I may do a little something this weekend. So just be on the lookout. I don't know whether it be on Twitter or whether it be on YouTube, but figure something out. I may pop up and get back with you guys this weekend just to check in on the market and see if we're still holding strong. But hey, you guys, take your profits. For real. Take your profits. Don't sit on these things. When you get to a price point where you're comfortable with taking profit, and that's your price point, and you've already had it set in your head, take your profit. Don't leave it sitting there. I don't care if it's a meme coin or a blue chip. Don't leave it sitting there for somebody else to take away from you. Make sure you deal with that. Make sure you you're taking care of your pockets first. At the end of the day, you owe you guys. And if you're not paying yourself back, nobody's going to pay you back. So just make sure you're taking your money. All right, guys. With that, I'm out. Cats, man, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it every time you're in here. I appreciate it every single time. So with that, you guys have a great weekend. I expect to get back at you guys at some point this weekend. But other than that, have a great Friday. And I'll see you when I see you. And trade safe. Be safe. And don't get rugged. All right, I'm out.